I saw a stray dog near the playground, and what I thought were her puppies cuddled close. But as I got nearer, a familiar cry froze me in place. I knew I had to act and called 911 immediately, hoping it wasn't already too late. The unexpected sound I heard changed everything, sending me into a panic-driven frenzy. But before we continue, smash the like button, subscribe, and ring the notifications bell so you never miss our upcoming stories. The playground was eerily quiet for an early morning. Normally, you'd hear the laughter of children and the chatter of parents, but today, there was nothing. Just the occasional rustle of leaves. It was unsettling. The silence made me even more aware of the mother dog and her puppies. I couldn't help but glance around, searching for any sign of someone else who might help. I hesitated but approached the scene, noticing the dog's gaunt frame and the puppies nursing hungrily. She looked underfed, her ribs showing slightly through her fur. The puppies seemed content though, happily suckling milk. I felt a pang in my heart seeing their condition and knew this was a situation that needed immediate attention. Just what had happened here for things to get this bad? The twine around her neck wasn't a proper collar, just a dirty, frayed leash. I couldn't understand who would leave a dog like this, especially one with puppies. Though the neighborhood was usually safe, the air felt heavy, like something was off. The mother dog's wary eyes only deepened my unease. I scanned the area, alert for anything unusual. The playground was empty, but the silence felt wrong. Then I saw them, faint tracks in the dirt, almost invisible. Someone had been here. Curiosity pushed me forward. I kept glancing back at the dog and her pups, my heart pounding. Maybe these tracks would lead to answers, or to whoever left them behind. My heart raced as I followed the tracks, glancing back to make sure the mother dog and her puppies were still there. The uneven path made each step tense with anticipation. I didn't know what I'd find, but my instincts urged me on. The tracks led to a dense cluster of bushes, overgrown, shadowed, and perfect for hiding. I carefully pushed aside the branches, the undergrowth scratching at my skin. A sudden rustle made me freeze. Was someone there? The silence was heavy, broken only by the occasional rustling of leaves. Another sound came, deeper this time. My heart skipped as I strained to hear. Animal? Or something else? I stepped forward, breath held. Then I saw it, a small, tattered blanket half buried in the dirt. I stared, puzzled and uneasy. The blanket looked out of place in the otherwise natural setting. I crouched down for a closer look, careful not to disturb anything. The fabric seemed hastily discarded, yet oddly significant. My mind raced with questions. Who left it? What happened? It didn't look like it had been there long. Despite some dirt, it was relatively clean. That realization sent a chill through me. Someone had been here recently, but why leave the blanket behind? The mystery deepened, and urgency built inside me. I needed answers, but first, I had to check on the dog. I retraced my steps. Seeing the mother and her puppies grounded me. They were still my top concern. As I reached them, I couldn't shake the feeling the blanket and the dog's presence were connected. A small crowd had gathered, murmuring theories and concern. Some offered help, but I urged caution. Too many people might make things worse. Everyone wanted to help, but I reminded them we needed to wait for the authorities. Their concern was appreciated, but professional help was essential. As I spoke, more questions surfaced about the dog and the blanket. I reassured them that help was on the way, though my own nerves were wearing thin. Still, the crowd stayed nearby, quietly watching. Their presence was oddly comforting. There was a shared tension in the air, but also a sense of unity. Everyone just wanted to make sure the animals were safe. Minutes dragged by. Parents and children stood by, eyes filled with concern. The mother dog seemed to sense it too, her gaze shifting between us. Then, a woman stepped forward. She said she'd seen a suspicious man earlier that morning. Her nervous tone caught my attention. She described his strange behavior in detail, clearly shaken. Could he be connected to the dog and the blanket? She described the man's agitated behavior, pacing near the playground, glancing around like he was waiting for someone. His erratic movements had made her uneasy, and her account added another layer of mystery to the already tense scene. My curiosity surged. I wanted to ask more, to understand how this man might be connected to the abandoned dog and her puppies. The possibilities raced through my mind, none of them good. Could he be the one who left the dog here, or was it something worse? Before I could press further, sirens cut through the silence. The woman and I turned toward the sound, a shared look of relief passing between us. As the police car pulled in, the crowd quieted, all eyes fixed on the scene. Officer Davis stepped out, his calm authority immediately noticeable. He scanned the area, then approached me with a nod. We exchanged quick introductions before getting down to the details. His presence was reassuring. I quickly briefed Officer Davis on everything: the tracks, the blanket, the suspicious man. He listened intently, asking a few clarifying questions as he processed the details with calm efficiency. Though I felt relieved to share the burden, anxiety still lingered. He addressed the crowd, urging them to stay back while the scene was secured. His firm tone was respected, and people complied, stepping aside to let the officers work. A few onlookers nodded in quiet approval, united in the need to uncover the truth. I felt a growing mix of hope and dread. Hope that answers were coming, dread for what they might reveal. The situation was clearly more serious than it first appeared. Standing near the mother dog and her puppies, I sensed the weight of what lay ahead. The officer began his inspection while I monitored the crowd. The mother dog grew visibly more distressed, whining softly as her eyes darted around. The commotion unsettled her, and her unease began to ripple through the gathered people. Despite the growing tension, her puppies nursed peacefully, unaware of the chaos. They huddled close, comforted by her warmth, even as the world around them held its breath. Despite the mother dog's anxiety, she had clearly done everything she could for them. Suddenly, Officer Davis called me over. His calm but urgent tone made my pulse quicken. I walked toward him, aware of the crowd's eyes following me. He was crouched by the bushes near the blanket, focused on something hidden in the undergrowth. I sensed it was more than just another clue. As I approached, he carefully shifted leaves and branches, revealing a small, blood-stained bandage. My stomach dropped at the sight of the deep red stains on the white fabric. This wasn't minor. It pointed to something more sinister. Davis picked it up with gloved hands, examining it closely. The crowd behind me gasped softly, echoing my shock. Someone had been injured. The air grew heavier as possibilities raced through my mind. I scanned the crowd, wondering if anyone knew more than they were admitting. Officer Davis's furrowed brow showed he was already working to piece it all together. Meanwhile, paramedics arrived and began assessing the mother dog and her pups to ensure they were safe and healthy. The professionals moved quickly, their hands gentle but efficient. I watched as they examined each puppy, then turned to the mother dog. She seemed to relax slightly, sensing the care she was receiving. For a moment, I felt a flicker of hope. Still, the image of the blood-stained bandage lingered. The contrast between the empathy for the animals and that chilling clue couldn't have been more jarring. As the paramedics worked, I couldn't shake the feeling that more was waiting to be uncovered. Officer Davis appeared just as concerned, his eyes sweeping the scene with growing intensity. He soon ordered a wider search area. Officers expanded the perimeter, combing the surroundings for more clues. The crowd murmured in agreement, recognizing the seriousness of the situation. I felt both anxious and hopeful. Anxious about what else we might find, hopeful that we were moving toward answers. Officer Davis's focused demeanor was reassuring. He left nothing to chance, coordinating his team with calm precision. The crowd's tension eased slightly as they watched the officers work with quiet professionalism. Still, the atmosphere remained charged. The discovery had raised the stakes, and deep down, I knew this wasn't over. Each glance around the park revealed growing anxiety. The mother dog's plaintive whine, a crucial piece of the puzzle. Her gaze searched the shadows, heightening the tension. Officers continued their search, flashlights cutting through the dimming park. Their movements were careful, but fatigue and frustration were setting in. The breakthrough they needed remained elusive. Then, a shout rang out from across the park. An officer stood near the trees, flashlight fixed on something in the underbrush. His stance signaled urgency. Officer Davis and I rushed over. Near a stream, partially hidden by branches, a discarded backpack had been found. Inside were baby supplies, tiny bottles, diapers, a pacifier. Each item confirmed a child had been nearby. Officer Davis examined the contents, his expression darkening. The situation had just grown far more serious. Parents exchanged horrified glances, their fears confirmed. The discovery of baby supplies added a chilling layer to the mystery. My heart pounded as officers carefully collected the items, cataloging each piece with solemn focus. The implication was terrifying. This was no longer just a disturbing scene, but evidence of a nearby child. The crowd grew tense, parents clutching their children as whispers of fear spread. Officers swept the area, every sound and movement heightening our nerves. Then came the breakthrough. Behind the bushes near the stream, they found a newborn wrapped in a dirty cloth. The faint cries pierced the tension. Paramedics rushed in, working swiftly and calmly. The weight of the moment hit hard. This child had been left alone, and the mother dog had unwittingly guided us to them. The cry I had first heard was the baby's. That haunting sound now echoed with meaning, tying the day's unsettling clues into one tragic truth. Paramedics gently examined the newborn, their calm presence a beacon of hope amid the chaos. The crowd watched in tense silence, breath held as they assessed the baby's condition. Officers worked efficiently, securing the area, collecting evidence, and taking witness statements. We were finally piecing together the day's strange event. The mother dog, undernourished yet resilient, had unknowingly led us to save a life. Her instincts had made her an unlikely hero. As she stood watching the paramedics, I felt a deep sense of gratitude. Her actions had changed the course of this day and likely the infant's life. Relief washed over me, tempered by concern for the child's future. Though the immediate danger had passed, the mystery of the baby's origins remained. What started as a strange discovery had become a life-saving rescue. The weight of it all settled over us. The fear, the relief, and the gravity of what could have been. The community responded with heartwarming unity. Parents clutched their children more tightly, reminded of the fragility of life. The once quiet park now buzzed with compassion and resolve. Local news soon picked up the story, focusing on the remarkable role the dog played. Interviews with witnesses and authorities painted a powerful picture of a community coming together in a time of need. Once seen as a stray, the mother dog became a symbol of hope and resilience. Authorities worked methodically, reviewing footage, interviewing witnesses, and following leads to understand how the baby ended up in such danger. The investigation was ongoing, revealing deeper issues beneath the surface. Though the baby's future was uncertain, the immediate threat had passed. The community rallied, offering continued support and compassion. The day's events became a powerful reminder of resilience in both animals and people. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the story, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and ring the notifications bell so you never miss amazing tales like this one.